context for this one. In Master Duel, you get a few starter decks at the beginning of the game. If I can go to deck here, you can see that the original few decks that I made were just edits of these decks, literally starting deck and then Power of the Dragon and Link Generation. I have recently bought the Blue Eyes decks using the free gems you can get with the game. And oh my god, it's so much better to play with the real deck. And this is the last match that I ever played with those horrible, terrible starter decks in ranked duels. I think I played my heart out and did all that I could. It's not a very flashy game, but it's the last vestige of bad strategy, I'll say. Simple strategy, rather. Let's play it out. Alright. Start of the game. I don't draw a card because I'm going first. I summon Brave Drive, which is a 1500 monster that has an effect whenever another cyber monster declares an attack. Obviously, I can't discard any monsters because I have none in my hand. However, I set Mirror Force and Jelly Cannon. Mirror Force says whenever my opponent's monster declares an attack, I can activate Mirror Force and destroy all of my opponent's attack position monsters. Jelly Cannon, similar thing. When a monster declares an attack, mine or my opponent, I can target any monster on the field and shuffle it into their deck. Now I end my turn. My opponent draws. Opponent sets down Unchained Twins Rakea, which has some cool effects that we'll deal with in just a bit. Key is that it has 1500 attack, same as mine. Rakea tries to attack my monster. If this goes through, each of our monsters dies. I have no more monsters, so I can't keep up the offense. So I try to use Jelly Cannon, which targets Unchained Twins and tries to shovel it into the deck. My opponent chains Unchained Twins Rakea's own effect, which destroys itself, which, not ideal, but better than it being in the deck. Now it can be in the graveyard for other cards as effects. So, Unchained Twins Rakea goes off first and goes to the graveyard. My trap card still goes to my own graveyard because I activated it, but my monster's still in the field. It's very nice to be able to attack. I draw, I get another Jelly Cannon. I swing for 1500. In the main phase 2, I set the Jelly Cannon down, and now it's my opponent's turn. They draw. They play a monster with 1500 attack. You can guess what I'm going to do. Actually, wait, they didn't attack me? That's kind of funny, actually. I think I actually I would have probably lost the game if they attacked me. Because I remember now I activated these trap cards in sequence. I summon Smashing Ground, or I activate it rather, which destroys the monster on the field with the highest defense. So I get rid of Magical Musketeer, then I attack my opponent directly. Main phase 2 and end. Very cool. Opponent draws. They set down a monster with 1600, and they target one of my spell or trap cards. It doesn't really matter which one they activate, because I'm just going to activate the other one to cancel out my opponent's attack and remove them from the field. Into the deck, Sergeant Electro goes. Now I draw. And then I attack my opponent. Okay, so a little thing about the main phase and traps for those who don't know. You have two main phases. Main phase 1, then battle, then main phase 2. Usually it's recommended to set trap cards like evenly matched in main phase 2, because if I set it during main phase 1, then it's a target for my opponent to do stuff before I start battling. But whatever. Evenly matched allows me to remove my opponent's cards from play if I have fewer cards than my opponent at the end of the battle phase, which might be the case at the end of my opponent's turn. I don't know what my opponent's deck is, but I don't think this card ended up coming up in the match. In any case, it's the end of my turn. Opponent plays Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Gorilla. They also had Infernal Arms, and this Infernal Arms allows him to special summon a Fire Warrior from his hand when Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Gorilla is in the graveyard. Now then, he attacks me for 1500, and I use my Mirror Force now, which means that I get to destroy all my opponent's attack position monsters, which of course includes Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. Very cool. Now, my opponent would be able to special summon from his hand, but I guess he just didn't have any in this game. In any case, I draw. And then I summon Bit Trooper. And then I Z's summon. I use 2 level 4 monsters and basically stuck them beneath the Kachi Kochi Dragon. You see how there's the 4 stars in the left-hand side? Very cool. Kachi Kochi Dragon has 2100 attack. This guy has been my star since I started playing Master Duel, and unfortunately he doesn't have much of a place in competitive meta decks. I actually still have him in my Blue Eyes deck just because I don't have anything better still. But 2100 is a pretty decently large attack if you're starting out. Alright, direct attack, and it's almost over at this point. Now my opponent's turn begins. He goes into main phase, he sets a monster face down, turn change. And now this is the final turn of the game. I drew Swords of Revealing Light, which is a continuous, oh, it remains in the field. Why is this not just a continuous spell card? In any case, when I play it down, my opponent's monsters reveal themselves. And now I know that there's no risk in attacking this guy, because he's just got 100 defense. This is how you know that your opponent's on the ropes, when they put a 100 defense monster face down to try to fool you into not attacking it. In any case, battle phase. Kachi Kochi Dragon attacks, and then it has a special effect. When it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach Aziz's material, and then it can attack again. So of course I detach, direct attack for game. And that's the last time I'm ever using any of these garbage cards.